guys, it's Benita with the Sips and Smokes in the A podcast. We just pulled up to AG Cigars. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful in here. Hey there, how are you?
Good, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Can you give me a good cigar that you would recommend for people that are maybe just starting out in their cigar?
We would start everybody with this right here. As long as they're not looking for a flavored cigar.
No.
Okay. This is what we started everybody out on.
Okay. A Fuente. Okay. Awesome. Do you have any others you would recommend?
Anything in the Fuente line, which is basically anything that you see along this wall right here.
Okay.
Because
awesome.
Most of their stuff's not going to be too strong. It's very, very well aged. It's a 110-year-old company, still family owned.
Okay.
So
awesome.
They take great, exact same tobaccos.
These are the ones we normally get. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help. So the gentleman was saying that the Arturo Fuente cigars are a good starter cigar. $14 for these. That's one of the ones that he recommended. I'll take one of those. We'll try that out and see how it is. But Arturo Fuente, they have a pretty nice, pretty extended line.
Okay, you're all set.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
Have a
Great
good one.
weekend.
You too. And just like that, we've gotten our cigars. Hey everybody, it's Benita. Welcome back to the Sips and Smokes in the A podcast. My bad. So today, it's a beautiful day in Atlanta, a little humid, a little overcast. It's supposed to rain a little bit later today. A little muggy out here, but we're going to make it do what it do. Happy to see everybody back. If you're supporting, I do appreciate you. We've received a lot of great comments and feedback from the podcast, and I will always thank those who, take a minute out of your day to give us a little shout out, let us know that you're enjoying what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing it. So today, we're just going to talk a little bit about suggestions for beginners. Got my candle going, my lemon sugar cookie, my drink of the day. I just wanted a good old-fashioned Jack Daniel's Lynchburg lemonade. So, that tastes good today. So that's going to be our drink for the day. And our smoke for the day, I'm going to pull out. I went to AG Cigars yesterday. And my smoke for the day is going to be the black Fat Bottom Betty. That's my favorite cigar. Yesterday, our smoke was the Perdomo Reserve 10th anniversary. Good smoke. But the Fat Bottom Betties are my favorite. So that's probably, if we get out here later on today, that's probably going to be my smoke today. So we're going to talk about beginning cigar smokers. And we're just going to go over a few things that you might want to think about as you start your cigar journey. First of all, start slow. You don't need to be out here smoking every day, every other day if you're just starting out. If you do it once a week, or every other week, then that's a good frame of time to start your smoking in. You want it to be intentional and not habitual. You know, like cigarette smokers, sometimes as soon as they smoke one cigarette, they start in on another one. That's not what cigar smoking is about. Like I said, cigar smoking is intentional instead of habitual. Cigarette smoking is habitual. You don't want to, inhale. Cigar smoke is harsher than cigarette smoke. It's meant to be tasted and not pulled into the lungs. I picked up a few different cigars yesterday at the spot. I'm going to cover one of those in just a minute. Smoke dries out your mouth and your throat, so you want to make sure you stay hydrated. Now, my cocktail in the Sips and Smokes in the A, my cocktail today is going to be this Lynchburg lemonade. But I also have some water out here, not only to stay hydrated, um, but even when you're drinking, you should also be drinking on some water so that way you don't start acting all wacky and whatnot. And when you're smoking a cigar, you should stay hydrated as well. That's delicious. You want to pick a mild strength first. Starting with a mild blend helps you learn the flavors without overwhelming you. Now, I went to AG Cigars yesterday, AG Cigars at Eagles Landing. I made a visit yesterday and I asked them what would be a good cigar for a beginning cigar smoker to start off with. And he recommended this A. Fuente Grand Reserve. Now, I'm sure we've probably smoked one of these. If we have, it's been a minute. But the gentleman at AG Cigars, this is the one that he recommended yesterday. I don't really want to, well, I guess I can open it, see what it smells like. I love when a cigar has a certain smell to it, a certain aroma to it. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We might have to smoke this one next time we smoke. That's really nice. But it's the A. Fuente Grand Reserve, and he had a whole section of A. Fuente cigars that went up from, a weaker cigar to a stronger cigar. So that way, if you ever go in there and you want to get a beginner cigar, I'm sure they'll show you where it is in the humidor. Some of the shots from the visit will probably be in the podcast once it's put together. So you'll be able to see where it is if you're not familiar with the location. It's at Eagles Landing in Stockbridge, Georgia. A beautiful humidor, great customer service, and it's our favorite cigar shop. So, okay, so I covered pick the mild strength first, and this is the one that they recommended. Learn proper cutting. If you cut the cigar in a way that's not good, then it's going to unravel. The airflow won't be good. I find sometimes when I don't cut it properly, I sit there and I press on the cigar to loosen it up a little bit so that I like a good smoke to come off of my cigar. So I've noticed sometimes when I'm smoking and the smoke isn't coming out well, I'll press the cigar together to kind of get some circulation going, and then the smoke comes out a little bit better. And then I'll go back and I'll look at it and I'll see that I didn't cut it properly. That prevents unraveling and it improves the airflow. And another phrase that I had covered in a previous podcast was test the foot. That's when you warm the end before you actually light the cigar to help it burn more evenly. I hate to see a cigar when it's burning and it's like burning up on this side, but this side is still looking like this. So that's called taste the foot, where you warm the end before you lighting it to help it burn evenly. You want to take slow puffs. One puff every minute or so helps keep the cigar cool and flavorful. Again, these are cigars. You're not smoking a cigarette. Smoking cigars is intentional, not habitual. So it's not like you're smoking a cigar and then putting one down, smoking a cigar, putting one down. You have to take slow puffs. Take it in, breathe, get the aroma, feel it, and then you release it. Get the notes, get the taste, get the flavor of the cigar, and then you release it. And that's I think that's part of the ritual of cigar smoking that I really like. You're like really feeling the taste and you're getting into it. You want to let the ash form. A longer ash insulates the burn and helps prevent bitterness. We'll have days out here where we're smoking and we'll let the ash get like that long before one of us tamps it, or it naturally tamps off. So you don't want to just every time there's a little ash that forms, you're knocking it off. You want to let the ash go out a little bit longer. It helps prevent bitterness, it insulates the burn, and it keeps the cigar going. And like I said, I do cocktails when we smoke. I have a Lynchburg lemonade out here, but I also have water. If you're a beginner, you may want to start with water which I have out here, or coffee or tea. It's okay to have a cigar when you're having tea, have a cigar when you're drinking some water, have a cigar when you're drinking lemonade, coffee, whatever you want to drink it with. Alcohol intensifies the nicotine effects. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell a story. There are some days when we're out here and we're having a drink with the cigar. I feel a little loopy. I don't know sometimes if it's from the cigar, if it's from the alcohol, if it's from both. But I will feel, a little loopy. I'll go in and lay on the couch and relax for a minute, then get up and start moving around again. So it really depends. But if you're a beginner, have you some water outside. Um, Between the nicotine from the cigar and caffeine from tea or coffee, that might be a little bit too intense. I would personally recommend just having some water outside, just something to keep your palate wet, keep your throat moist, so that way your throat or your mouth doesn't dry out while you're smoking your cigar. Cigars dry out quickly, so either make sure you either get them back in the humidor. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this one back in the bag now. This is like the little pouch that we got from AG Cigars yesterday. You want to make sure that your cigars stay moist. If you leave them outside too long, they're going to get dry. They're going to get brittle. The taste is not going to be the same. It's going to be harsh. It's going to be dry. And proper humidity preserves flavor. Um, so yeah, if you're a beginner, start slow. Once every week, every other week. You want to be intentional instead of habitual. Don't inhale. The cigar smoke is harsher than cigarette smoke, and it's meant to be tasted, not pulled into the lungs. Um, Hydrate. Smoke is going to dry out the mouth and your throat. The water prevents headaches and the harshness from the cigar, because there can be some harshness if the flavor, if you're not properly hydrated. And like I said, I do cocktails when we drink. For the beginner, you may want to try some water, try some coffee, try some tea, just something to help keep your your mouth hydrated, your throat hydrated. Um, so that way you can continue to enjoy your smoke. Pick a mild strength first, and starting with a mild blend helps you learn flavors without overwhelming you. And again, when we went to AG Cigars in Stockbridge, Georgia yesterday, we picked up this A Fuente, and the gentleman said that this is a good beginner cigar. Smells wonderful. I cannot wait to smoke that one. Taste the foot. Toast the foot. Warm the end before you lighting it to help it burn evenly. Take slow puffs. Take a puff every minute or so. It helps keep the cigar cool and flavorful. Let the ash form. It insulates the burn and helps prevent bitterness. And make sure you use a humidor or something like this to keep the moisture in your cigar, because once it gets, dry and brittle, the taste can be harsh. It can be nasty on your mouth. So, just those are just like 10. There are a lot of suggestions for beginners, but those are just 10 that I chose to kind of focus on this episode of the podcast. You have to remember the best cigar experiences come from patience, intention, and moderation. Cigar smoking is a ritual and not a habit. Um, so, some footage from the cigar shop is going to be interspersed into the podcast today. Uh, the team is here. They came over early this morning, fixed a little breakfast. Had to make sure everybody was taken care of before we got on set, as I like to say. Um, and I've been contemplating whether or not to mention this. I think I will. So, like I said, for the most part, we've been very. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, gotten some great feedback from friends, from family, from coworkers that they enjoy the podcast. I decided to start this podcast because, um, I'm a mature woman. I enjoy cigars. I enjoy a cocktail. And on my personal social media, I had been posting videos of me and the husband out here smoking, having a cocktail, watching TV. And then some of the people that follow me reached out and was like, "Hey, Benita, I would love to get into cigars. I don't know that much about cigars, blah, 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 blah. So I decided, after discussing it with a couple people, to go ahead and just do a little podcast. Nothing major, just putting what I want to put out there out there. So in the past couple of weeks, I've had a couple people send me comments that were pretty much like, why are you glorifying cigar smoking? Cigar smoking is not good. It's as bad as cigarettes. You don't need to be doing that. Okay. And I get it. Social media is social media. If you choose to put yourself out there a little bit, people going to have their opinions, whether or not it's an opinion that agrees with you. So I think that the same way, you okay? I think that the same way those opinions were brought to me, let me give you my opinion. I'm grown. I am fabulously 59 years old, and I'm about as grown as I can be. I have worked since I was 16. We have purchased property. I've been married for over 33 years. Purchased cars. Had jobs throughout my years. Had my hand in a couple of businesses here and there. Have raised 3 fabulous, beautiful, successful daughters. So if I decide, as a 59-year-old woman, that I want to put a podcast together talking about smoking and everything that comes with smoking and how I enjoy it. Hell, am I not supposed to eat pork either, because I still eat bacon? So if I enjoy a cigar, if I enjoy a cocktail, if I enjoy bacon, if I enjoy all these things that people are telling me that I'm not supposed to be enjoying, that's your opinion. This is nothing but my opinion. Whether or not you want to follow me, that's on you. But if you choose to follow me, your little opinion isn't going to mean anything to me. I appreciate it. But guess what? I'm going to be out here next weekend smoking, and we'll probably be out here the weekend after that smoking too. So if you want to shoot me your comments, that's fine. But just know that as far as I'm concerned, this thing that I'm doing is going to continue. Very few people can tell me what to do at my big age. My parents live in Decatur. My husband's in the house. As long as the people that matter to me don't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. If you have a problem with it, please feel free to unfollow. My feelings will not be hurt, and there are probably 5 people waiting to follow me when you unfollow. So I just had to get that off my chest, and probably will not address it again, but we'll see what happens. I can't promise that for sure. So again, this is Benita. I am Benita. This is the podcast Sips and Smokes in the A, and hopefully the tips that I gave you today will help you as a beginner cigar smoker. If you would like to email me, the email address is sipsandsmokes@yahoo.com. Or you can DM me if you're on my social medias, if you have questions or anything. So thank you so much for everyone who is tuning in to the Sips and Smokes podcast. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of the support that we're getting. And remember, PSSITA, put some smoke in the air, and oh yeah, mind your business. Y'all have a good one.